as your servants, whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of important trust in this republic. Let your blessing descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just a faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our county and of those whose interest you have committed to our church. Amen. Thank you, everyone. In furtherance to the letter dated 20th September, where the petitioners had appeared before this committee, and in conclusion of decisions, it was hereby decided that a letter be done dated 20th September to the Branch Secretary, Kenya County Government Workers Union, of telephone number 0711-648059. The letter reads, Dear Sir, Madam, petition to address the reference is the petition to address the County Medical Insurance Trident Insurance Company. In furtherance to that, the letter says, the above matter refers, the County Assembly received a petition ordered by you in relation to the Uasin Gishu County Medical Insurance Cover, Trident Insurance Company, and invited you to its first meeting held on 17th September 2024. The other committee therefore granted your request of extension of time to gather more evidence to substantiate your allegations in regards to your petition. You are therefore invited to appear before the ad hoc committee on Wednesday, 25th September at 2:30 p.m. at the County Assembly premises. Kindly bring with you documentary evidence, I hope you've come with it, and witnesses that are relevant to the petition. Yours faithfully, Shadrach Choge, clerk to the County Assembly. The copy was done to Kenya National Union of Nurses, Kenya Union of Clinical Officers, Kenya National Union of Medical Laboratory Officers. And before we proceed, let me introduce members seated with us in the House. We have 11 membership, and with me, I am the chair, Honorable Isaac Churchir, member representing SOI, and the chair to this committee. We have Honorable Shah, can you proceed? Introduce yourself.
Thank you. I'm Honorable David Piot Ketan, representing Sergoit Ward, and a member of this committee.
I am Celestine, Honorable Celestine Mutai, Special Elect, member of the committee.
Yes, thank you, Chair. My name is Honorable Robert Kering, member for this committee, and then I represent people living with disability in this county. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Honorable Isaac Kirwa Kemboy, MCA representing Kapsoya, member, friend of this committee.
I'm Honorable Nicholas Bitog Rende, MCA Topsago Iwad, and a friend to this committee.
Thank you, honorable members. I now hand over to the petitioners.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and honorable members. Before you are petitioners who are really grateful for the opportunity that you gave to us. This is the second chance, and we promised that we shall take due diligence to ensure that we do our assignment. Before we read the petition, Mr. Chairman, there's a letter that I wanted to read.
Just introduction, please.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for that reminder. I'm Isaac Kiptalam. I'm the chairman, Kenya County Government Workers Union.
Thank you, Chair. All protocol observed. I am Wangwero Hassan Mukwana, the branch secretary, Kenya County Government Workers Union.
Chair and honorable members, I am Clan Kimutai, branch secretary, Kenya National Union of Nurses, Uasin Gishu branch.
Chair and all protocols observed. I'm David Martin, the branch secretary, Kenya Union of Clinical Officers, Uasin Gishu.
Chair and the members of the House, I'm Benta Ukelo, member, Kenya County Government Workers Union. Chair, honorable members, my name is Winnie Tenai. I'm the treasurer, Kenya County Government Workers Union.
Thank you. The petitioners, we have our secretariat and the sergeant at arms. The secretariat, can you introduce yourself?
Victor Bilgan, the committee clerk.
I'm Elias Koech, research office.
My name is Audrey Leitich, legal counsel.
I'm Julius Kirwa, sergeant at arms.
I'm Koech Richard, sergeant at arms.
Thank you everyone. As you know that the writings, the underwritings in the letter you received is that there shall be a remittance of evidence as well as witnesses. I want to believe that you know very well that this house has the same powers as that of a high court, and wherever you visit a court, when you come back, you'll be put under oath of affirmation. And I read for you. For those of you who will be witnesses, nor they'll be submitting evidence in terms of documents, you will take the oath of affirmation. Again, if you have a witness to be heard in camera, then you register him or her before these sittings so that he or she is allotted time when to appear in camera and where and place, so that we gather all the evidence, because we feel as a committee that there are some members who do not want to be exposed, and this committee has had powers to hear you in camera. So in that respect, in our constitution, article 195 talks about county assembly power to summon witnesses. A county assembly or any of its committees has power to summon any person to appear before it for the purpose of giving evidence or providing information. For the subsection 2, that was subsection 1, subsection 2, for the purpose of clause 1, an assembly has the same powers as the High Court. 2, 1A, enforce the attendance of witness and examine them on oath. That is what we will do practically. Affirmation or otherwise. Compel the production of documents and issue a commission or request to witness, to examine witnesses abroad. Wherever you go, this county assembly has powers to write to any jurisdiction on earth to produce you for examination. So for the officers that will be presiding over on behalf of the petitioners, then we are asking you to take the oath of affirmation, and I want to ask our legal counsel to proceed.
Mimi Isaac Kiptalam naapa kwamba ushahidi nitakayotoa mbele ya kamati ya ad hoc itakuwa ya ukweli mtupu. Mungu nisaidie.
Mimi Mukwana Hassan Wangwero naapa kwamba ushahidi nitakayotoa mbele ya kamati ya ad hoc itakuwa ukweli mtupu. Mungu nisaidie.
I, Akinyi Okelo Benta, do hereby solemnly swear that the evidence I shall give before this ad hoc committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, so help me God.
Thank you, thank you. Are you okay? Thank you so much. Pass on to the letter that you received. We want to ask the lead person to proceed with the submission. We shall hear you without interruptions. Members will be noting their concerns and they'll get back to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair and honorable members. Before I give to the Secretary, Branch Secretary, Kenya County Government Workers Union, there is a letter I wanted to read to ad hoc committee. Subject is petition to the County Assembly on provision of medical insurance cover by Trident Insurance Company. Receive warm greetings and compliments from Kenya County Government Workers Union, Kenya National Union of Nurses, Kenya Union of Clinical Officers. All unions representing all the above unions are representing about 4,500 workers of the county government of Uasin Gishu. Article 37 of the Constitution provides that every person has the right, peaceably and unharmed, to assemble, to demonstrate, to picket, and to present petitions to public authorities. The object of such petitions is to seek information, enhance citizen participation, either directly or indirectly through its representatives. Such a petition, if made within the laid down procedure, should be in simple language, not containing annexures or evidence, and not within the legal principles of proof beyond reasonable doubt, but on a balance of probabilities. The intent of this is to erase any mischief for predetermination at the pretrial stage, technicalities, and preliminary objections. It accords the authority opportunity to embrace, understand, immerse itself, and experience any agenda brought towards it in its entirety. Whilst your office may have been aware of the issue at hand, the same may not have been brought within the confines of the law and procedures. It is expected that within the Petitions to County Assemblies Act, that the County Assembly or a committee within its expected but not limited to: 1, investigate allegations; 2, summon entities to shed light; 3, consult agencies and carry out audit; 4, issue reports and table before the committee of the whole House for debate and deliberations. It would appear that the exercise, as it were, in the days preceding may infringe on the legal procedures, as the burden of proof has been put on the Union for succinct evidence without investigation by the committee. This clearly erodes the intent of a petition and victimizes and politicizes an otherwise noble venture and opportunity for the county assembly to exercise its constitutionally assumed mandate. We reiterate that we are apolitical, neither do we play to any political whims. Our drive is the interest of our members who continue to suffer for lack of substantive health care. It is for the above reasons, honorable members, in recognition of the powers of the county assembly and in an effort to alleviate the untold suffering by the county staff over the subject, that we hereby submit our substantive petition for your consideration. While thanking you in anticipation of your kind consideration and to bring this subject to its legal track, please accept the assurance of our highest considerations. Yours faithfully, Isaac Kiptalam, Chairman, Kenya County Government Workers Union, Uasin Gishu Branch. I therefore, Mr. Chairman and honorable members, invite our secretary to take us through the petition.
As you invite the secretary, kindly submit the letter that you have read and signed, other than the copies you've made. We have the copies, but do you have the original copy?
It is in the file.
Thank you.
Mr.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
You are now ahead of things.
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you, Chair. All protocol observed. Once more, I'm Juana Hassan Wangwero, the Branch Secretary, Kenya County Government Workers Union. First, on behalf of the petitioners, I would like to thank this Honorable House for giving us a second chance. Specifically, the first time when we were summoned here to table our petition, we had some documents which were missing, and it looked as if most of the evidences, articles when we were reading through, we were not able to table the evidences. So we requested for the second time, and we thank you for that. And on behalf also of the petitioners, I would like to go through our presentation. I think due to, I don't know if every member has this petition that I'm going to go through.
Yeah, you're just reminded that wherever you are in a page or in a section,
Yes.
you highlight that, it is
Yes.
this section, that,
Yes.
so that you move together with the members.
Thank you. Most obliged. This petition is written to, it was dated 25th day of September 2024 at Eldoret, to County Assembly of Uasin Gishu, the clerk, Assembly Building, telephone number. Then CC, the chairperson, ad hoc committee on health, labor, and social welfare. The reference reads, petition to Uasin Gishu County Assembly pursuant to Articles 1, 10, 35, 41, 43, 47, 185, and 201 of the Constitution, and as per petition to petition the County Assembly's Procedures Act and the Uasin Gishu County Assembly Standing Orders on medical insurance health cover to the county government of Uasin Gishu employees by Trident Insurance. The petition is written by the Kenya County Government Workers Union, Kenya National Union of Nurses, Kenya Union of Clinical Officers. We the undersigned, Kenya County Government Workers Union, Kenya National Union of Nurses, and Kenya Union of Clinical Officers, and all unions representing about 4,500 workers of Uasin Gishu County government working in different departments. As enshrined in Article 4(1)(a) of Labor Relations Act 2007, that article, when you go through, it will guide you, informing you that any worker or every worker has his own will to enter into any agreement with any trade union he wishes. That's why we have representatives of nurses and clinical officers, but under the same employer. We draw the attention of the Uasin Gishu County Assembly to the following. This petition concerns the non-provision of health insurance as per the contract and expectation of the staff of the county government of Uasin Gishu by the insurance service provider known Trident Insurance Cover. Why am I saying non-provision of health insurance? Because one, we have received very many complaints from our members since the inception, or since the insurance company or insurance firm signed an agreement with the county government and directed all employees to visit hospitals which was being serviced by Trident. We started receiving very many complaints about the ones I'm going to highlight as below. And before that, I thank very much. We have a document indicated A. A document indicated A is an extract from the tender document, which is supreme because it's being used as a constitution. It was made by the county supply chain headed by Sarah Siambi. If you go through this document, Mr. Chair.
Honorable members, that is page 3.
Page 3?
Yeah,
are you getting it?
Mentioning the pages.
Okay, thank you. Page 3, indicated A. We extracted this from the tender document. This tender document was made by supply chain under Chief Officer Public Service Management. Their duty was to make a constitution so that it could guide whichever insurance firm was supposed to offer these medical services, so that before you are given this contract, you must affirm to this document, tender document. So, number 11 reads, the procuring entity aims to get the best service for its staff, and the applicants must be companies with known reputation for medical insurance services and proven efficiency in claim settlement. Also, it must also have a wide acceptance across multiple organizations, both public and private. So we were hoping that whichever insurance firm or company that would win this tender under the bidding procedures was supposed to adhere to this regulation number 11. But to our surprise is, we have received, it's on public domain, we have received very, very many complaints just across our counties. For instance, we are going to get that evidence annexed. I can't say it now, but I'll just name it for the purpose of movement. But when you reach that time, I'll give you the evidence as annexed. We have complaints from several Kenyans about this Trident Insurance Company. Because the document, tender document as prepared, is a comprehensive document, which was expectful that the insurance cover that was supposed to be given this tender was supposed to follow every step that had been prescribed in this tender document. And I thank the officers who sat down and had this tender document on behalf of the workers. The Employment Act 2007, Section 34(1) provides that an employer shall ensure the provision of sufficient proper medical care for his employees during illness, medical attention during critical or serious illness. In addition, SRC circular dated 19th December 2014 clearly indicates the correct limits on all medical conditions that the employees are suffering from. Page 2. Page 2. I went back to page. I just used this extract because I indicate page number. Thank you. Thank you for guidance. Page 2. Page 2. We are on page 2, please. Whereas the county government of Uasin Gishu, in collaboration with the national government of Kenya, through the departments and Ministry for Health respectively, is tasked to provide integrated, efficient, page 3, efficient and high quality health care services that are reasonable, equitable, and affordable to all Kenyans in accordance with the Constitution and all relevant legislations. It is ironical, the county staffs are subject to health care services in select incapable private health institutions with limitations that infringe on the right to proper health care as enshrined in the Constitution. Further, the county government, within its manifesto pillar of health provision, recently dispatched medical supplies to its hospitals and continues to monitor and evaluate the provision of health services in its over 35 medical facilities or centers, while its own staff who actualize the performance of service provider and incapable institution, who actualize the performance of these institutions continue to suffer in the hands of health insurance service provider and incapable institutions to extend that they utilize their own money in private health service providers. On this, Mr. Chair, within these members who are the workers of the county government who are supposed to benefit from this insurance company, some of them are clinical officers, some of them are nurses, some of them are doctors. Some of them are support staff in these medical facilities. And we have done, if you go to the record, among the topmost counties which have done well in health department is Uasin Gishu County, meaning that our staff are fully and well trained and they do their work diligently. But to the extent that of doing that, in line of their duty, if they happen to be affected by any disease or any infection, to access such services they are providing is now the negative. They are subjected to small hospitals which don't have specialists. That one is now negating the main tender document that the county government had prepared for the insurance firms. I continue. The undersigned unions, in the discharge of its mandate, embarked on an assessment and appraisal of the existing health insurance provision and the corresponding health services provisions as ascertained. 1. Exclusion of major health service providers within Eldoret City, namely Eldoret Hospital, St. Luke Hospital, Top Hill Hospital, Life Care Hospital, Moi Teaching Referral Hospital, amongst others. These hospitals were listed in page 85, 86, and 87 of the tender document. Refer to page 2. H1, I mean, sorry, H1. Refer to H1. H1, which is indicated page 85, reads, this one was extracted from the major tender document as an evidence. Clients list of service providers, Annex 2, health facilities from major towns in Eldoret. Medihill, which we all know is not around. St. Luke, one of the major hospitals. Eldoret Hospital, one of the major hospitals. Moi Teaching Referral Hospital, Stroke Memorial, one of the major hospitals. Top Hill Hospital, and these other mentioned hospitals. Just to use this as an example, Mr. Chairman, the tender document directed whoever was going to win this this tender, he should involve all these hospitals which are here, so that he could not deny our members options. And as you know, we are a harbor of health facilities and big hospitals within the Republic. Eldoret Hospital, as you know, it has a doctor's plaza, which has a conglomerate of all specialized doctors within Uasin Gishu County, and they work even over borders. So when we have an insurance firm that restricts us that you are not supposed to visit Eldoret Hospital, is denying you to access these doctors. We are not saying that the specialized hospitals which have been listed for our members to attend to, not bad or what, but we are just saying, because we enjoy this environment of having these hospitals, why can't you also enjoy their services? Why are we being restricted that Eldoret Hospital is not one of the medical providers? Then, we were also believe that we have a tender document number CGU/PSM/T07/2023-2024 and negotiation number 1495294/2023-2024. We believe this negotiation number that has been indicated in this tender document is indicated in the agreement that was there between Trident Insurance and Uasin Gishu County government. But now the contract, we have been unable to access that contract, but now what we request this House as per the Article 195(1) of the Constitution, we request this committee to request for this agreement so that they go through the negotiation and confirm why exclusion of major service providers, and yet it has been provided.
Document.
Yes, we have not received the tender document.
Okay, proceed.
The contract, I mean, not tender, contract. The contract between the Uasin Gishu and the Trident.
Contract.
The tender, we have it. Tender document, we have it.
Contract.
Yes.
So that was what I was wondering, because you had not mentioned the contract document, but
yes,
the
tender document. Okay, so contract document is the one we are saying that we have not received, so that we could go through to affirm whether the negotiations had been agreed on these major hospitals. Then among the major hospitals we have been, we have here, they have indicated some of the hospitals for the members to visit, which are not within the list of service providers in Annex 2. I'm not seeing a Palm Care here, but we have been informed that we are supposed to visit Palm Care. So they have gone against this tender form by providing the hospitals which are not indicated. Page 4, number 2. Pre-authorization by the insurance company upon communication by the health service provider takes long. The tender dictates that the insurance service provider must ensure speedy processing of pre-authorization for efficiency in treatment. H3, page 4, number 5. H3, page 4, number 5. Mr. Chair, we happened to get the minutes of the implementation committee when after they were awarded this medical service. We happened to get the minutes, and in that minutes, number 4, are we on the same page? Number 4. Page 4, number 5. Are we there?
Yes. Proceed.
Good.
Yeah, just follow with an honorable member around you, closer to you. Yeah, thank you. Proceed.
Thank you. Page 4, number 5 says, this is an extract of the minutes which was held on 12th August 2024. It reads, okay, minutes of the implementation committee on staff medical insurance financial year 2024-2025. Meeting held on 12th August 2024 at county chambers from 3 p.m. Number 5 reads, that the service provider should not wait for a follow-up by the procuring entity in order to facilitate treatment whenever county staff visits the hospital. This committee made it very clear to the service provider.
Yeah.
As one of the requirements, he must not waste time when one of our members visits the hospital. It should be a one-time kick so that this member accesses the medical service as quickly as possible. But from the complaints and many complaints from our members and even some of us who have visited those hospitals, we cannot testify. It is hectic. When you visit the hospital, it takes too long before you see the doctor, which is against the tender document. And also in relation to this, we have lined up one of our witnesses who is with us here. He will testify in person to confirm that really it has been taking time during pre-authorization. So it will be organized and then he will testify in person. Is it, you can testify now or?
Yes, yeah, just you proceed, we will give her time.
Thank you.
We'll give her
Thank
time.
you. The current state, I continue. The current state involves queues and long waits by county staff before they get treatment. Number 3, okay, on the same pre-authorization, we have H4, page 63, paragraph 2. H4, page 63, paragraph 2. H4, page 63, paragraph 2. Are we there?
Yes.
The selected medical service providers shall ensure that controls and procedures are not unnecessarily bureaucratic and cumbersome. The information to be provided by tenderers' knowledge and the misrepresentation shall render the tender non-responsive. It is very clear here, Mr. Chair. It has been extracted from the tender document, page 63, paragraph 2, just to inform the tenderer, the medical provider who shall win the bid, to make sure that he adheres to this paragraph. Is supposed to make mechanism so that pre-authorization time takes the shortest time possible. Number 3, sublimits. SRC approved limits provided for in the SRC circular dated 19th December 2014. We have document H5A. If you look at the document H5A, it's a document from SRC Commission indicating the limits that our officers are supposed to be guided when they visit these medical services, from job group A to job group T. I'll go through. Table 1 says, job group R to T, inpatient annual cover is 2 million, outpatient annual cover is 250,000. Maternity cover 150, dental cover 30, optical cover 35. K to Q, inpatient 1,500,000, outpatient 200,000, maternity care limit is 100,000, dental cover 30,000, optical cover 25,000. Job group G to J, 1 million inpatient, outpatient 150,000, maternity 75 I mean, dental 30,000, optical 15,000. Then A to F, who are the lower cadre, the inpatient 750,000, outpatient 100,000, maternity to 50,000, dental cover 30,000, optical 15,000. And it continues saying the medical scheme should cover the public officer, employee with the principal member, a spouse, up to 4 dependents of below 25 years. But if you go back to H3, page 3, H3, page 3, number 2 was extracted in the minutes of the implementation committee, which cited an anomaly that this trident cover had done. It says that on Friday 9th August 2024, the patient who is a child, name withheld, to the principal member, who are both our staff, visited Life Care Hospital for treatment which requires an operation. The total cost was 200,000, but the insurance approved 110, despite the inpatient limit for both parents being 1.5 each. The patient was turned away from the hospital despite the county intervening on the matter. Failure to facilitate treatment goes against Section 14 of the contract, which states that all services, including chronic or pre-existing condition, shall be fully covered. That one we managed to extract from the minutes, which was ongoing between the county government officers and the Trident medical officers. Going back to our petition, we also have an additional number 5. I don't know if it's indicating on your is it indicating?
It's not indicating.
It's not indicating. It's only number 4.
Yes.
Okay, we indicated number 5 because it was a concern when we were talking about exclusion of some of the beneficiaries from this tender.
You can, because you are submitting orally.
Yes.
It will be unanswered.
Okay.
Proceed.
Thank you, sir. We have number 5, beneficiaries. You go to page 3. Oh, number 4. I jumped from number 3 to 5. I'm sorry. I'm being reminded by my counterpart, Mr. Chair. Number 4, blacklist of Trident insurance by hospitals. On this one, we have tabled the evidence of a letter written by Senator Onyonga, Senator for Kisii, and I'll require guidance from the chair. because on public domain, we had this being addressed in our Senate and also in the EACC. Can we continue?
Is it a matter concluded?
It's not.
Then it is a matter within another jurisdiction. In law, we don't allow such proceedings. So we leave, just give the matter of Senator Onyonka at bay until it is determined by the other jurisdiction. Yeah, cannot hold at the moment.
Thank you, sir.
That's okay. I think you've heard the member. Should you have any other evidence that is tangible and that it's not pending before any court of law or any other jurisdiction of this caliber, then you can table.
Now that this is a house of evidence and not rumors, we have evidence that we don't have the specifically to table them now, but we have the evidence in Elgeyo Marakwet. This trident has been, but we don't have the evidence now to table it.
Proceed with the other number 5.
Thank you. So number 5, I was talking about beneficiaries, which is very clear in the document. Page 63, paragraph 3. It's H2B. 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 H2A and H2B. Look at the same at the same time. Look at them at the same time. H2A and H2B. They are all indicating receipts which were paid cash by our members who visited these hospitals, and because their dependents had not been listed on the beneficiaries as beneficiaries, they happened to pay cash. That's why we have tabled these evidences. One is an M-Pesa transaction message to St. Luke, which was done on 16th September 2024 at 8:38 a.m. The member paid 4,726 for the payment, and then in addition he paid 4,233, and lastly he paid 1,500 cash through his phone number. Secondly, which is H2B, is indicating invoices from Ambience Hospital, which happens to be one of the private hospital, because the member had visited Life Care, and at that time it had been suspended, and the patient was serious. He decided to go to Ambience Hospital to seek medication. And from this evidence, it is indicated that he paid in consideration of the aforementioned challenges. The unions note: 1. Communication has been made to the Department of Public Service Management over these issues on several occasions. The same communication has been made to the Office of the County Secretary and Head of Public Service on several occasions, and also to the Office of His Excellency the Governor on several occasions. We have indicated H2. Look at H2 as the evidence of the communication is a letter written to County Secretary just on Trident insurance cover.
And you come clear on the letter? Is it under H2? H2?
Not H2.
Yes. Be specific.
Okay, sorry. I was just consulting my chair. H7. Look at H7. It's a letter written by the union to the county secretary just on medical insurance. Then you look at H8A. It's a letter written to His Excellency the Governor. It was written on 15th March 2023. It specifically addressed on staff medical insurance cover. And we are tabling this chair because when you look at that is indicating Amana insurance brokers. Are we together?
Yes.
We are tabling this as an evidence specifically because when Amana insurance broker was brought in as a medical service provider, our members went through same problems that they are going now. That's why we wrote this letter to His Excellency to initiate a process or have a process which is going to be a collective process inclusive of the union as a representative of people, so that when we reach at a stage, we are all on the same page. But unfortunately, we are representing about 4,500 people, but our views were not taken care of. That's why we are where we are now. But this year, we have a letter
Is it H8A?
Yes. Yes, this one. We have H8A. This year, H8A.
Proceed.
H8A is a letter addressed to the governor, which was written after the branch congress resolution. We were forced to meet our members so that we could also get their views on this medical cover because they were the end users. So from them, we had very many complaints which they advised us, it is not late. We go to the governor who is the father of all of us, we inform him what we are passing through. So he could go and also advise whoever were concerned with this, the public service management, to make sure that they also liaise with the Trident insurance cover to give the services as provided in the document, tender document.
Can you check on the date of that letter? H8A.
H8B.
H8B. Not
Yes.
A. Okay, fine. The dates are okay.
I'm talking of H8B, which we wrote on 30th August 2024.
Read it.
To His Excellency the Governor, Wasingishu County Government, PO Box 40 Eldoret. Dear Sir, Branch Congress resolution on Trident Insurance medical cover held on Friday 23rd August 2024. Reference is made to the above captioned matter wherein the county government workers union members held a branch congress as dated above, and the main subject was Trident medical insurance cover. It was clear that the above mentioned company has either no capacity or it is unwilling to offer medical services to the employees as expected. The SRC circular dated 19th December 2024, coupled with the Employment Act 2007, has clearly indicated the correct limits in terms of what it entails to have a good medical cover. The main challenges as highlighted by the workers and as earlier discussed with you as follows. One, exclusion of major health service providers within Eldoret, namely Eldoret Hospital, St. Luke Hospital, Real Hospital, Top Hill Hospital, MTRH, and lately Life Care. 2, introduction of sublimits on all medical conditions that the employees are suffering from. SRC approved limits are indicated there. Number 3, the employees to access the services, pre-authorization and communication to the insurance company usually takes too long, hence affecting the time for getting medical attention. This has forced some of the staff to pay from their pockets for the services. The aforementioned challenges and gaps has greatly disadvantaged workers and further demoralized them in the execution of their duties, hence leading to low productivity. In the circumstance, we hereby implore you to immediately commence on the corrective measures to ensure that the employees get the dear services on time. The purpose of writing this letter is to communicate the agitation, frustration, dissatisfaction from the workers and let you know that they have directed the union to commence unspecified industrial action should there be no action taken within 1 week of writing this letter. Your swift action will go a long way to motivate these workers. Your cooperation is highly appreciated. Yours faithfully, Isaac Kiptalam. Now, Mr. Chair, this to inform you that this is the letter after these resolutions, and we wrote to His Excellency the Governor, and we met him in person, as we shall indicate in the evidences that we shall provide as we continue, is the letter which we advised the Governor to intervene. And we gave him 21 days to intervene, failure to which we were to initiate industrial arrest. And that one was the one which led to the demonstrations that we did the other time, before we petitioned to this House.
Proceed.
Also, as a confirmation that we have addressed this issue with His Excellency, we also have a letter. We have representatives. They cannot all meet him. So when we met him, it was a very friendly and very gentle talk. We agreed that he's going to make a follow-up and to correct whatever has gone wrong. So this just to testify that we were with him in a closed-door meeting. But that photo is only used for evidence of this tabling.
Can we find you in the CCTV of the Said Hotel if we...
It's now the jurisdiction of this committee to visit the hospital.
Confirm on that date.
We could not confirm because we are not able to enter in.
Just if we go and find out.
Yes, okay, thank you.
Yes.
As directed, sir. It was on 23rd July 2024.
Noted.
Number 3, fact-finding mission has been done to the health facilities, including the excluded ones. On this one, Mr. Chair, we made a physical approach to these hospitals which are being excluded. Like in Eldoret Hospital, St. Luke, and also when we visited them, they advised us, because it's administrative, we write letters in request for why, or the reason why they are not working with the Trident. We wrote those letters, yes, they have been received. They have been received, but they gave us an instruction. They are not allowed to communicate on that matter unless they could get that instruction from the CEO of the hospitals. And when you tried to contact the CEO that time, he was off air. So when we were coming here, we don't have that evidence as we speak.
But you have the letters that you wrote.
The letters, we have them. One, to the administrator, St. Luke's Hospital. We can table that. It is a letter indicating that it had been received.
Just table the letters.
So any other evidence that can be needed, we request this committee to use Article 195 to get that evidence.
We are aware, we are informed. This committee is well informed on those articles.
Number 4, communication has been made to the insurance entity to mitigate the matter. That one, we used our phones to call the owner of Trident, Mr. Dalji. We had a very long and comprehensive debate on that, just on phone. We have not extracted that from Safaricom.
Just a date. So, dates of call and duration.
Date of call and
duration of
duration.
The time that the call took.
It was on 24th July 2024, because immediately we finished with this excellent the governor, we now conducted the owner of this student to get from his side why he is not even giving the medical service as provided in the document. It was on 24th July 2024. Time I cannot ascertain as indicated, sir. Number 5.
Whose phone was that?
The chairman's phone.
You can locate, you can profile, you can check on your calls on that date on 24th and give time.
Okay, as guided, sir. That these efforts have been futility as the problem still persists and the staff continue to suffer. Mr. Chair, as we speak, even after bringing this petition to this Honorable House, we assume that nothing has been done by the insurance medical service provider, because even those hospitals which had been lined initially that they are offering these services, like Life Care, they have suspended these services as we speak. So our Life Care, they have suspended services. So it's this house also will confirm from that. Then I continue. The undersigned therefore acknowledges the powers of this honorable house to discuss issues of county importance within its mandate in Article 185 of the Constitution, in ensuring that it oversees the executive arm of the county government. As enshrined in Article 185 of the Constitution, Mr. Chair, the duties of this house is well prescribed, and we have never doubted this house, because from the record, if we give the percentage of performance is 99.75%, it has done best in oversighting the executive. So on that note, I request through the chair, when we will be presenting this report to the house, we also request the members of the county assembly. We are just representing the 4th estate, but they are the main representatives of this county government, because these workers are coming from those wards they are representing. So apart from being the employees of the county government, they are also voters. And the money being used for insurance or medical cover is coming from the public coffers. So they have a duty to investigate and also to go to an extent of getting the information and compelling why Trident is not offering the services as paid.
Kindly pronounce the Article 43 as stated so that it is captured in answered. Kindly pronounce Article 43.
Yes.
So that it is captured. You've given a summary.
Article 43 is, I'm going there. I was just saying of Article 185.
Proceed.
The undersigned thus seeks the intervention, guidance, wisdom, and recommendation of the Honorable Assembly House as per Article 185 of the Constitution to protect the interests of the staff, who are also Kenyans, of the county government of Uasin Gishu and its residents, protect the objects of the Constitution, and more so, Article 43 on fundamental rights to highest attainable standard of health. It's talking about highest attainable standard of health, not requesting to be treated.
Proceed, which includes?
Okay, which includes the rights to health care services, including reproductive health care, and subsequently ensure that the medical insurance covered to the staff of the county government of Uasin Gishu is realized. That we have made the best efforts to have these matters addressed by the relevant authorities, all of which have failed to give a satisfactory response. Because as we speak, our members are still suffering when seeking for medical services. That the issues in respect of which the petition is made are not pending before any court of law, constitutional or legal body. When we were writing this, I think, and you will guide us, Mr. Chair, or will guide me. Our senator has already tabled this and he is on committee stage. So I don't know if this statement reads, because they are saying constitutional or legal body.
It has not been pronounced, therefore continue.
Thank you. Herefore, your humble petitioners pray that the county assembly, A, duly and diligently respond to the matters raised in this petition. Duly and diligently. B, that the county assembly, in consultation with the county government of Uasin Gishu, embarks on a thorough assessment of the healthcare provision in Uasin Gishu County, to which they shall confirm the allegations in this petition. Very self-explanatory, sir. C, that this petition be dealt with immediately in review of urgency of this matter. Although the committee has its own rules of the House, so we shall not limit and give the exact.
Just for your information, the matter will be dealt within 60 days of working days. 60 working days. But in this matter of urgency, the committee will seek the appropriate time to end this matter within 60 days.
Thank you for knocking number B. You have already knocked number B. C, that this petition be dealt with immediately in review of the urgency of this matter. D, investigate, make inquiries, and examine the issues raised herein. You have also confirmed to us that you are going to do that. Number E, exercise county assembly's authority to give directions to production of evidence, both oral and written, and to answer, act, and cooperate with such investigations to such persons and entities as the House shall think fit. Because we have others who have refused to give evidence, we have others because of the one I said the other time, they fear. You can summon them, we shall give the numbers, you can summon them to give that in camera.
We have affirmed that.
Thank you. Number F, establish committees and or tribunals and engage such professionals to conduct forensic and other investigations as the House shall think, page 7, shall think fit to ensure that the county staff are given proper health care as they are entitled. And this one also, Mr. Chair, is going to assist us. Going forward, any insurance medical cover which will have that intention or need to provide medical service to the county government, we must not go the way we have gone with the two. Other laws must also be stipulated to be clear, so that when they are implementing, it should be implemented to the latter. Number G, undertake a county-wide process of seeking views from the staff and health service providers on the subject matter. Chair, very many staffs, as I said, are willing, and if you send some of your committee members, as you will arrange, you will get this evidence from the ground. Number H, liaise with the relevant agencies, and more so, the SRC and the Public Procurement Regulatory Authority, in order to accomplish a full and detailed inquiry into this matter. Because this matter has already touched the SRC, and SRC are the pioneers. The Public Procurement Regulatory Authority has those guidelines. So if you liaise with them, you will get the detailed inquiry and evidence. Then lastly, to do all and anything necessary permitted under the law and the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya to establish and enforce law with regard to health service insurance provision. That being our last item on the presentation, let me also take this time to thank.
Before you put the general prayer, we could ask that our sister who was to testify to do so, because you are submitting the last prayer. So before you wind up or conclude, I want to ask, had she been put under affirmation? Kindly proceed, madam. Name?
Chair, honorable members of the House, and my fellow petitioners, my name is Benta Okello, a member of Kenya County Workers Union and also a staff at the executive branch. On 22nd July 2022, concerning the matter that we are discussing here, which is Trident Medical Cover, I visited Life Care Hospital. I had been sent with a request of MRI by a visiting doctor, neurosurgeon from Nairobi, and he was brought over.
Do you have his name? Do you have his name?
Dr. Mahindra.
Yes, proceed.
Yeah. He sent me to be done for an MRI at Life Care, because that is where our medical cover could facilitate the service. I arrived at Life Care by 12 noon, and on my arrival, I was told that we are not allowed to be on board through the medical cover, because there wasn't a clear communication from the service provider, which is Trident. Already county had communicated, because that is the first day it was starting to operate within the hospitals which were mandated to give us care. So it took almost 2 hours when the management, especially through the finance department, were trying to see how to help me, because the MRI was supposed to be submitted and Dr. Mahindra was to see me and go back to Nairobi. And he was not seeing me from Life Care. He was seeing me from St. Brigittas. He was brought over by Honorable Gladys during the medical camp. And it happened that I'd shared with Honorable Gladys about my case, and she requested me to remain calm until the time of medical camp so that he can facilitate that process. So when I went there, it took 2 hours. The approval didn't go through up to around 1:30. And then I was somehow impatient because of the nature of the back. I operate on it somehow weak, so I can't really manage to sit down for long, and they took me to sit inside their office, the finance office. So I told them that I can't really sleep here on your couch. It is unethical. Can you allow me just to go and be done for an MRI because the fact remains that already you've been mandated to serve us, of which they accepted. I proceeded to be done for an MRI before the approval went through. When I came from the MRI section, the approval had been done by 2:30 now. It was already done. And I managed to collect the film and took it back to St. Brigittas. That was 2 hours span of approval time. And because it was the first time, I'm always like quick to consult even the service provider in case of anything. But that day I didn't request even for their number because it was the first day of the operation based on the agreement between Trident and Uasin Gishu. So the next day after I took the MRI to Dr. Mahindra, I was written for a request for CT scan. Now, because I left St. Brigittas around 6:30, I went home and went to Life Care the next day. By 10, I was at Life Care to be done for CT scan and take back to St. Brigittas. And from 10, approval couldn't go through. I waited for 1 hour on the bench, and I was told by the receptionist who was handling me that they don't know why that time, why the request has taken so long. They tried even to contact them through calls, but they were not picking calls of the hospital. So I again went to finance section and requested if I could just be allowed to be done for that CT scan. Now that day, Dr. Mahindra was to leave for Nairobi. He was to get back to Nairobi, Neurocare, where he does his business. And he told me that by 12, he was to leave. When it reached 11:30 is when I requested the hospital to allow me to be done for CT scan so that I take it to Dr. Mahindra at St. Brigittas, of which they accepted. I was done for the CT scan, but to my dismay is that the approval hadn't gone through by around 2:30, that is from 10. And they refused to give me the film. I continued to wait until 3:30, nothing was happening. Now I was requested to look for a coach somewhere and just rest there, they're following up. When it reached at 4:30, I couldn't wait any longer. And I told them that, please allow me to go because it seems like you don't want to help me. You've been given the mandate to serve us. From 10 to 4:30, I've been in this hospital. Already you've allowed me to be done for CT scan. Now the doctor is supposed to leave for Nairobi. How will I get to him? But it forced me to leave even the film there plus even the report. I collected the film plus the report the next day on 24th now at around 11. After talking with the doctor, and he had already gone to Nairobi, of which he couldn't see me now. He told me that he wanted to see me in Nairobi with the film because I sent him the soft copy, but he said he wanted to see me physically together with the film. Now, while I was still organizing to visit him at Neurocare in August 26th, I also visited Life Care. When I went to Life Care, I was received well, and the process started on well. We met there, 2 of us, county government of Uasin Gishu staff. And we waited at the bench for the response so that we could be served for 1 hour. And we felt like it's not fair what is happening. When I asked whoever was there at the FFS section, they told me that they are not allowed to call the the service provider. They've been blacklisted by the by the service provider, that is Trident. And they told me that unless you request through your HR to talk to them so that they can approve for you to be seen. Now, instead of requesting from the HR, I requested them if they have the number, of which I did a call. During that time, I called the service provider. There is a lady who received the call and told me that they are working on my approval. I be patient. Later, approval went through by after 1 hour and 30 minutes waiting. After I went to be seen, I came back, the meds were prescribed because I was really in pain that day. And after the prescription was scanned to them, they said not payable. What was not payable are the neuro drugs. One of them was Neurocare Plus, not payable. And I asked whoever was attending to me at the finance section now, right at the entrance, why not payable? And the lady told me that they've rated all the Neurocare medications like Neurobion and Neurocare Plus and some other medications like Navoplex. They've Trident has put them under supplement section. And I told them that these are medications that I've been using throughout all medical covers we've had. They've never given them to me as a supplement. They are for pain, but they've been enhanced with some vitamins for the strengthening of the bones. So I took my phone again and called Trident myself and requested the lady. She declined to tell me the name. But from the county, I was told like she's called Christine. I requested her to allow me to be given those medications because those are the things, the meds that have been of great support to me according to the nature of the back that I operate on. And the lady told me that we cannot go against whatever we signed with your employer. According to what we signed, that is what we'll give you. And if you feel like we've not treated you fairly, can you contact your HR? And I talked to Mr. Wanyama over the phone again, who happens to be our HR welfare person, who told me that all of them have been blacklisted by Trident. They are not allowed to discuss anything with Trident, apart from one who is called Justin Rotich. Justin is also a welfare, staff welfare person under HR. And Mr. Wanyama was in the office. Justin Rotich wasn't in the office. Mr. Wanyama requested me to look for Justin Rotich over the phone so that he could intervene in the case. When I talked to Justin, he told me that he can't really do that because he wasn't at work. And at the end of everything, to cut the whole story short, I wasn't given the medication. And I left the hospital so much discouraged because I was there from around 10. I left at around 3:30. I wasted the whole day, but I wasn't given medication. On 27th.
Can we get the contacts of Mr. Wanyama and Justin?
Yeah, I'll
proceed
provide
as they
them.
look for.
I'll provide them.
Proceed as they look for.
Okay. On 27th.
They are the human resource manager.
No, human resource, staff welfare.
Staff welfare.
Yeah, they handle anything to do with staff welfare.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
In the county?
Yes. Okay. In room 206. On 27th, I went to the county to look for director HR now to handle my case. Because I was in pain, I wasn't attended to. I was not given medication, so I felt so much discouraged. On 27th, I went to see Director Nathan, who is now the Director HR at the county. When I went to him, instead of talking to him, I started crying because I felt like I've been so much humiliated. I started by revisiting my issue of overseas treatment, which had been put on hold there at the county. And I requested him to give me reasons as to why I cannot be taken care of, and yet my doctor referred me to India. and said that my case can only be handled by whoever did the surgery in 2021 because it was to be a corrective surgery. He asked me whether I have any valid document that can show that I was supposed to go to India. I told him that I believe you as the director, you do sit in the medical committee at the county. Medical committee which discussed about my case has been called, the sitting has been called on about 4 times, with the recent one being in December last year. Now the letter which I was given on dated 2nd January this year, I wasn't given money. I followed up with whoever gave me the letter and signed against it until it reached a time whereby he couldn't pick my call. Now, Mr. Nathan, can you tell me why all this could...
Who is the waiver? Do you know the waiver?
Yes.
Tell us the waiver.
The chief officer PSM, Mr. Tarus. And even the name is there against the letter. He declined to my calls. He declined even to respond to any message that I write. And because I have the problem of going up the stairs and down, I felt like I've been so much humiliated and I didn't even to look for him again. Now, that day I went with 2 issues at the same time. And that's why I was crying. The overseas treatment and the life care issue, whereby I was denied medication. Now, after discussing with him that, he told me that he's not aware. I provided the letter. After reading the letter, he said that I'm sorry about this, I wasn't aware. I thought you had been facilitated, and in case of anything, I'll follow up on it. And then I visited the one for the medical issue that I was denied. I told him that now you've refused to treat me. Yesterday I was in the hospital, I've been denied the medication. Do you wait for me to die so that you give me a befitting send-off? While alive, you can't support me. If I die today, my position will be given to somebody the next day. And you'll write a good letter, the way I was a good staff at the county. So after that...
Member, what's burning? What is it?
Thank you, Chair.
Are you on a point of order, or you are calling the chair just to attention?
I am calling the chair for attention because I just wanted to ask 1 or 2 questions on her submission.
Just let her complete. She's, I think...
I am worried, Chairman, that she is giving us a lot of unsubstantiated information. I just wanted to be with her in her submission. Because, Honorable Chair, she has testified that she went to life care 3 times and the issue was delays in responding on authorization. And number 2, she has picked an issue with the neurocare, the supplements, as it is said, that it is not covered by the insurance. I want to know whether the same union knows that there are some drugs which are not covered, the supplements, the way they call, and that through your intervention, how much have you gone to assist her case? Because hers is not, she did not go, she is not the supplements. To her, that is a drug. What has the union done to assist her, because it is a special case? Now, on the chief officer and the office of administration,
the HR,
you are telling us the number of times you have gone there seeking for you to be assisted. Now, are we now discussing assistance or due process of the law? If it is about going to India for medical attention, does the law, does the tendering documents take care of it? Is the insulation or the limits, does the limits as proposed by the tender does it take care of such medication? Because you may say, we want to go to India for treatment, it takes 5 million, but your cover is 500 or 700 or 1 million. Did you go there to seek for assistance, or you went there to be served as an employee of County of Uasin Gishu? Thank you.
Thank you, member. You are asked to, while submitting, you give substance of time, evidence of conversations, time, numbers, officers that you called and their respective numbers, whether official or not official visit. Sometimes you can go pass by, say, let me hear from the chief officer.
Is it muchango, or you went to be served as a member?
So thank you for your submission, but be substantive, something that you can substantiate. Other matters, honorable members, this committee has powers to inquire into and report. So on issues to do with the life care, we have the dates, we'll make our visits, we'll inquire into that. This committee has those powers to inquire into other authorities that are mentioned before us. So proceed as you conclude.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and the honorable members of the House. Just to respond to the question that a member of the House has requested through the chair.
He's honorable, and I'm sorry, I want him to introduce himself. There are members who arrived late. There's a member, Honorable Gilbert. Can you introduce yourself?
Thank you, Chair. My name is Gilbert Chepkonga, MCA Ainab Kolare Ward, and a member to this committee. Thank you, Chairman.
I've seen our majority leader. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Chairman. My name is Julius Sang, MCA Megun Ward, and the leader of majority, a member to this committee.
I'm Honorable Veronica, nominated MCA and a member to this committee.
My co-chair.
Thank you, Chairman, and our petitioners. Good evening. I am Sarah Malil, member representing Kimumu, a member to this committee, also the Deputy Speaker.
Honorable Muya, so that the petitioner cannot call you the member of this House.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. I was keenly listening, and my name is, as you have said it, Moya Francis, member representing Langas Ward, the leader of minority, and a member to this committee. And today, congratulations, well presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Proceed.
Thank you.
On response to the Honorable Gilbert Chepkonga, member from Ainabkoi and a member of this committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Back to the question that Honorable Gilbert asked about whether I went to seek for assistance or to be served. I've always visited that office to be served. As a staff, when I visit my bosses, I go to them fully confident that I deserve to be treated well by them and even to be served by them. That's why I've been visiting them. And even before the case of visiting those offices, my issue of India is known by everybody at the county, including even the staff. Because when they airlifted me to India in 2021, I was totally crippled.
You have been well received.
I wanted
you went
to
for
be
service,
served.
that is
yeah,
enough.
for service.
Can you proceed?
Now, the
the
last thing I wanted to testify about that trident is that their communication is inefficient. Like, you can talk to somebody, they tell you one thing, when you call again, they tell you something else. The very 26th, when I was at Life Care, I also contacted the so-called Christine. I have the number which I used at the time. Requested them if I could be allowed to be visiting Topil, because whoever did my neurosurgeon, the one who did surgery for the first time was Dr. F. Koech. And I've been on follow-up through Dr. F. Koech. And even from India, they wrote a letter to Topil to continue managing me until I go back. Then they'll release me fully to be managed by him. Now, what the lady told me is that I'm not allowed to go to any other hospital apart from the ones that are highlighted by them through the county, according to the agreement which was done. And according to all the communications, what I've picked is that the service provider requires us to go their way and not according to the law requires us to go. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, for the elaborate testification. For your conclusion, then we go to members for concerns or questions.
So maybe we ask her first.
My co-chair has something to ask Benta.
Before we let our witness to rest, maybe she can forget, or maybe this one, even the representative of the union can ask. By the time you are going to India to be attended in the fast, did the medical covered your bills, or where else did you get the money to go? I'm also concerned about your stay at the finance office, or you've said, I've heard something like finance office.
That was in the hospital.
Oh, in the hospital, not at the county. Oh, not at the county level. Yeah, maybe that one for abroad.
Now for
treatment.
How was your medication covered while you went to seek treatment in abroad?
When I was to go to India for the first time in 2021, the total expenses, including flight and everything, was to be 3.6 million. And as far as I think the way county has organized this is that whenever staff is being airlifted to outside the country for medication, they always cater for flight to and fro. And then per diem, which can cater for some other expenses.
Yours was catered for?
But mine was catered for through that arrangement. 1 million is my inpatient cover, 150 outpatient cover, so they combined all of them. And then the amount which was remaining, at the county, I think through county secretary's office, there is something called ex-crusher.
That is how much?
And my full limit.
How much ex-crusher?
I was given, I think it was broken, but the entire amount I was given was 1.4 million.
1.4.
Then
including your full limits?
No, the flight, I don't know how much it costed because they gave me just the ticket.
That's enough.
I think the question should be, Chairman, did your visit overseas, that airlift, did you incur any expense personally, or it was taken care of by the county government of Uasin Gishu?
It was fully taken care of by the county government of Uasin Gishu.
Thank you.
Thank you. But come to Isaac and then...
Mr. Chairman, Honorable Chepkonga was asking very fundamental questions. And one of them is whether the union assisted her during...
It's Honorable Chepkonga, not
Chepkonga,
not a Mr. Chepkonga.
Corrected.
It's Honorable Chepkonga.
Corrected.
Member elected by the people of Raleigh on Ainabkoi.
Most obliged. So I wanted to say that when she reported to us about Life Care not being able to pay for her medication, we took over the case. And usually, honorable members, when there is an issue with insurance cover, we visit the county, and the point persons are one, Mr. Justin, and Mr. Wanyama. So any queries that arises from the service providers, these are the key people that we usually visit. And I remember Life Care considered the neurocare as a supplement. And as a medical professional, I disagreed, and I went there and I told them, no. Neurocare is a medication that is being used for neurological issues. Whenever you have a problem with your nerve, so the drug of choice is neurocare, and therefore it is not a supplement. So after disagreeing with the life care, we were able to escalate it to the county, and we were not assisted. She was not assisted for that matter. Number two, our document, tender document, usually talks of what type of care we are supposed to receive. And for that case, it is what we call comprehensive medical cover. It means that this insurance company is supposed to take care of all medication, all types of diseases, chronic, acute, and all types of diseases that we incur as employees. And it is unfortunate that with this Trident insurance cover, it came up with some segregation or some isolation for that matter. And previously, when somebody is supposed to be treated overseas, there is a part of this contract that, Mr. Chairman, we are not able to access to it, that talks comprehensively about such cases, such isolated cases. And therefore, if we were able to get the contract, then we could be able to know this ex gratia that she's talking about, and then we could know that when you have an issue, a disease that you are supposed to be treated in overseas, you are supposed to be given a certain amount. Otherwise, the cover is supposed to be comprehensive. It covers everything in itself. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Welcome on your conclusion. And remember that you give us, if you have a list of the people to appear in camera, remember to list them here before you leave.
Thank you, Chair.
Maybe Chairman.
As I finalize this presentation.
Hold a minute. My co-chair has an issue.
Because you had given, and he was the one who has really furnished that information. At some point, I heard him talking about representing the fourth estate. So it was good that now that he's taking the mic, that he corrects that, because you are representing the workers, but not the fourth estate. Or you are also...
What is the definition of fourth estate?
Thank you, Chair. I withdraw that and apologize for any inconvenience. Then I make it straight. We are representing the workers of Uasin Gishu County Government. County Government.
Thank you. Thank you. Proceed.
As I finalize, Mr. Chair, I would like to thank the team which teamed up and prepared a very nice document and named it a tender document. It gave good directions and it had very good projections. They were hoping that they are going to get, and during the procurement procedure, we have gone through that. We have not seen anywhere that they have gone against that procedure as it has been prescribed in that document. And also, to make it clear to this House, we as a union, the representative of workers, we have no any interest with the Trident. And we are not so fixed in a way that we are going to give direction to this House how the resolution is going to be. What we are just advising is we are in need of very comprehensive medical service being provided by the Trident Insurance as a medical service provider, as indicated in the agreement that we have not seen, and also as directed by the tender document. Also, the purpose of having meetings with His Excellency. It's not that he's directly linked to this Trident Insurance Company. We just had those sittings with the governor so that we could bring into his attention that his children, apart from acquiring this medical service, his children are not getting the quality medical services that they were expecting from this. So he had the powers to either intervene or communicate.
Order. Mr. Mugwana. The children of the governor or the workers, can you use the right term? Because it might be taken out of context.
Oh, thank you, Chair.
Is it because of the office he holds that he's the father of the county?
That's exactly what I was meaning.
You wanted to get that meaning.
That's exactly what I was meaning. I was not meaning his children at home. We are his
Okay,
children
okay.
because we are working under him as a father.
Okay, fine.
That was my main theme of using that children.
that is
it's
our-
not that the children where is residing from, no.
That's a presentation of an elder.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the guidance. So the purpose of that was
And
specifically for
and
that.
he's the number one worker
Is the number one worker.
under the same cover.
Is using the same cover. Okay. To finalize, as I had said, we are really thankful for being given the second chance. And if we can rate from the last presentation, because it was our first timer, we were missing very many things. But since we are guided by the chair and the honorable members, we went through burning midnight oil to look for these evidences. And however much I'll also thank my team. We have been working day night. Even some of us are working in emergency departments. We have been double working for the purpose of giving services to the residents of Wanigishu as a firefighter and also representing workers as a branch secretary, so that we could bring here a comprehensive document which can meet the threshold of this house. So in finalizing the submission, I request our honorable members to think what I said initially. Apart from us being workers, they cannot feel happy when we are not receiving the best medical services. So they have powers also within the standing orders of the House to intervene and also go further so that they can obtain more evidence and also obtain more witnesses. Specifically not to reprimand Trident Insurance Company, but to advise them to give quality medical service. I end there. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. I'll now open the floor for honorable members if you have concerns before we wind up our submission. Honorable Chepkongan, then you come to my co-chair.
Thank you, Honorable Chair, and let me start on the onset to thank the petitioners that you have done well so far. And as we proceed on, because this is the start, as we proceed on, as the committee proceeds on with its own investigation, in your prayers, I'm seeing some mix-ups. You have declared in your petition that Trident is not able. You have declared that they cannot or they are not able to offer insurance cover to 5,000 members of Uasin Gishu County. Number two, in your prayers, the closing remarks, you are saying that you are praying that Trident manages to provide care, insurance care, to 5,000 Uasin Gishu community residents. Now, I am confused. How do I pick that? And number two is that, and I have seen, you are not so much into how the tender or how Trident won the tender to provide the insurance cover. Your interrogation is the content of the tender and whether it has been met or not. The third one, you have told us that you have witnesses that would wish to face us on, is it camera, Chairman?
To appear in camera?
To appear in camera.
Yeah.
I hope you have the list, because that is exactly what we intend to do. And I just wanted to assure you as well that we will be seeking information from all those quarters which maybe at some point you were frustrated. We will be seeking information to help this petition to reach its logical conclusion. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you, Honorable Chakonga. I think we will take the one from our co-chair, then we...
Thank you, Chairman. Also, I want to join my colleague to appreciate the work that the representative of the workers have really put effort to make sure that this committee understands where you are coming from and what are your true needs and your complaints. Maybe to just ask about the interrogations, about the limits, and you have also confirmed that these limits. And I saw you were your colleagues did not agree with you when I said the governor was also covered under the same cover. He is not covered within this cover? Okay. He's working on another cover. Maybe what I only wanted to say is that
and they should be very careful in answering that, because
Honorable members, that is not within their domain. It is within the domain of this committee to find out that matter. Please, it does not go, as you saw don't add any annexes. That does not, it's not a matter before this house.
Chairman, what I only wanted to get from the union is whether they get instant notifications, so that it is also very easy for us to know the evidences. When I get to hospital with an insurance cover that I'm covered, I'm given an alert. Yeah, and the deductions. Or how do you get alerts with Trident Company when you, for those of you?
Wherever you are treated,
yeah.
Do you get a feedback?
Chair, I can attest to that because I've visited Life Care several times and I've never received any notification whatsoever.
It's a matter to be noted. Thank you. And you know you are answering through your lead counsels. You are not sworn in. You did not affirm.
Through the chair, I've got some notification about the smart number. The time pin from, this is the evidence. I went to Aga Khan at Zion Mall. They just gave me the smart number that I'm supposed to give back to the hospital. But any notification about the amount?
Charges and balances?
No. They don't. With Trident, they don't. But with other insurance, they used to tell you even the balance. Thank you.
So, lastly, Chair, what I only wanted the union to assure these houses, did you get any feedback from the CS? From the PSM, CC? Was it the CC? I know how you have heard about the governor because you have given even evidences of how you met him. I don't know whether the CS and the CC for PSM.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. To answer that, I think the head of public service is the county secretary, who is usually in charge of the PSM department. So we saw it wise to deal with the head of the public service, who is the county secretary. But on one-on-one, on several occasions, we've had several engagement with the PSM, especially the chief officer, who is the accounting officer. About notification, Mr. Chairman, I want to quote...
You're too fast, huh? Do you have any written communications to the county secretary, feedbacks to the public service management chief officer or CC member?
I think, Mr. Chairman,
the matter?
We have several communications with the county secretary.
Why not tabled?
Yes, we have tabled.
They are annexed here?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. And unfortunately, we never get feedbacks. However much we write, so many letters.
So from your end, you have the letters.
Yes, we have the letters.
The feedback has not been
of that
generated.
sort. And actually, that is what usually culminates from this picketing and agitation, because we talk to them severally and they never respond to our written letters.
So far, according to your presentation, we have only noted that it is only Life Care that has responded to you that the service is not working. Or you are promising, the way Honorable Member asked later, that maybe you will furnish other places that have indicated that they are not going to give you service because there is no, the company is blacklisted.
Actually, I think, Mr. Chairman, through the chair, we highlighted our frustrations before, that we've written letters to these hospitals to tell us why they are not able to treat our staff. And they have gone mute. In fact, we've gone there in persons to talk with them. And I think it is a problem of fear in generality. There's a lot of immense fear with our people. Even when they are not supposed to fear, you find them fearing. Because we told even Eldoret Hospital, it is for your good. We are doing this for your good. And the simple thing is, just tell us why you are not able to.
You have communications to Eldoret Hospital, as you stated earlier?
We wrote one, but they have not replied anything.
Just from your end, do you have?
Yes, we have it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Of those all those hospitals
Yes.
that you have tried to write to them to
Yes.
give you feedback,
Yes.
but they have,
They have refused, yeah.
that one can help us now to invoke
We'll
the
invoke
prayers,
yeah, okay.
prayers of your presenter, that we use the powers to reach to other. But I'm afraid also that we are talking about, you have your colleagues that don't want to. You need us to force them to give evidence. Or
That is what I was saying, Madam Chair, Vice Chair, is there is immense fear, and this is real. I was communicating on the issue of notification. It is upon the employee to go and inquire. After getting treated, it is upon the employee to find out how much have I spent. Otherwise, there was one who was shocked the other day in Life Care. He was going for routine fill of drugs. And then after that, he inquired about how much he has spent. He was told he spent 24,000 in just a mere routine visit, and he rose a lot of complaints. And I think that one we shall bring him to be interviewed on camera.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Honorable Member. Still any? Honorable Muya? Then we come to...
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. I've listened keenly, and in most areas I'm guided. But when the presenter today, and congratulations, you are composed and you looked to be having content of what you are presenting. When you are presenting and showing us the receipt of various receipts that the employees paid for themselves in cash, you said something about Ambience Hospital Limited. And did I get you right that this hospital is connected to Trident Insurance, or what did you say?
Ambience Hospital is not among the beneficiaries of Trident.
It's not.
It's not. It's not. It was used because it was an option after being denied the hospital that the patient wanted to visit. It had no contract with Trident, so that's why he went to Ambience as a choice.
But did they pay?
They paid.
And it was not among?
It was not among. They paid cash.
It is not that the Trident paid.
Insurance didn't pay, but the person paid cash from his pocket.
Oh, thank you. I get you now. Thank you. Thank you. I wanted, because it came out during his presentation, and I wanted clearly to know why Ambience. So it is now clear that it is not among the facilities that has been shown or mentioned to be covered by Trident, a member went and was treated. He paid cash. Okay, thank you. And I don't have much to say, but I want to say that we have a duty as a committee, because most information has been given to us, and they are ready to bring others who are ready to testify in camera. And we have a letter that was written to a Laurel Hospital. We can pick it from there to get to know why. I think we are somewhere. We are somewhere. We are heading somewhere. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Julius, and then we go to Honorable Chikonga for conclusion.
Thank you, Chair. So first of all, Chair, is to appreciate the team, the petitioners, for the bold move to petition the County Assembly for this matter. When you came to us, we had already, there were some rumors that you were not happy with the way the service provider was treating your clients, your workers. And so when you finally showed up, then we said instantly, this is a matter that we must take up as an assembly. So like all of us have said, congratulations. We will follow this matter to the letter. Sorry I was not able, Chair, to attend the first meeting, and today also because of other commitments I was late. But following the conversation, it's clear that there are issues. One of the questions that I want to ask is, I heard even when we met for the first time that you mentioned that there are other counties that have blacklisted Trident. I want to know how many counties that you know of that have blacklisted Trident. It's very important for this committee to know. And if you may, you can give us the list of those names. We have other ways of course, of finding out, but the ones that you know, it would be of much help to us. You've talked of patients and your people who fear to come out to share information, and Chair has given you that leeway that we can actually hear them on camera. But it is also possible that you have others who are willing to give you information, whether in writing, so that it can really further furnish this committee with concrete information that will help us in unearthing this problem. When you say you went to, there's somebody who said they went to Aga Khan Hospital. Is there any arrangement with this medical cover if you went to Nairobi for the same hospital? Is it possible that you can be given medication, treatment? Or is it only here in Uasin Gishu? Lastly, for the medics who are here, if you can tell us the limits of the conditions and issues and diseases that this cover is able to cover and the ones which are excluded. That would also assist us in finding out. Lastly is to say, this petition that you have, we are aware that there are so many issues elsewhere on this same service provider. I am hoping that, just like my colleagues have said, I hope this will also save other counties going into the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honorable Majority Leader. There's been much of advisory and also seeking answers on the other counties, other than the one for Kisii, where we have ruled out on the matter that is before the county assembly. Yes, I'll give. I've seen Honorable Kering. I'll give you shortly, and all the matters that Honorable Majority Leader has touched, kindly you'll furnish as with info. Before Honorable Kering, we will come to Honorable Chepkonga and then Kering.
Thank you, Chair. You pick the one you've not addressed, the one I asked you in the first, that how would you want us to pursue this matter? Are they incompetent, or you are praying that they up their game? That is one. Number two, you talked about comprehensive insurance cover. And you said comprehensive. Does it include cosmetics? Because supplements and all that. We also need to know that. And number three, you have written a letter to Eldoret Hospital. Have you written another letter to any other hospital, St. Luke Referral Hospital, requesting to know why they are yet or they have not accepted treatment? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Honorable Kering.
Asante sana mwenyekiti. Kwangu mimi nataka kushukuru our members kutoka union na petitioners. Nimekuwa nikisikiza kwa makini mtaalamu vile alikuwa akiongea. Ametupatia yale yote aliyoweza kupata kama kuwitness yale yenye ilifanyika kwa hospitali.
Mheshimiwa, kwa ajili ya answer yetu mwenye kuongea kuwakilisha union alikuwa ni Bwana Mukwana. Mtaalamu has just been giving comments, and so mwenye mmemsikiza sana the presenter ni moja Bwana Mukwana.
Yeah. So nilikuwa na swali, nimesikia pale alipokuwa akisoma kasema yenye ilikosekana kati ya kampuni na county government kupatia wale wa contractor hiyo tenda, ni nini ilifanyika isipatikane hiyo? Juu hatujui ama hiyo agreement iliandikwa itaenda namna gani between. So hiyo ndio nilikuwa najiuliza, yale yote mmeyapata ukakosa hiyo agreement ya tendering na county government. Hiyo ningelipenda kuuliza tu, nichue pile hiyo imeniuma. Yale yote mmeyapata sawa, na nashukuru Penda juu najua ni mtu anaishi na ulemavu mwenzangu. Kujua kwangu wakati tutabaki na kamiti msiko na wasiwasi, tutafanya investigate, tutafanya uchunguzi ili uwezo itatufikisha tutumie na tuangalie inaga upaka. Asanteni.
Asante sana mwakilishi wetu, watu wasiokuwa na kuna upungufu fulani, na umesikia vizuri kwamba anauzile ile mkataba kati ya serikali yetu ya county na Trident, na mumeeleza vizuri kwamba amojawahi fikia ama haijawahi fikia kwa mikono yenu. Nafikiri ndio mheshimiwa alikuwa anaulizia vizuri. Haya, kuna mheshimiwa mwingine ili tuwapatie tumalizie. Asante sana mheshimiwa. Before I conclude, I'll give back to you. So matters that touches on your part, you answer.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Honorable Chepkonga was asking whether we should pray that Trident should be terminated. I think we have highlighted so many problems that it will only be left for this honorable house to judge. Otherwise, on our side, we were short of saying, kindly waheshimiwa atutaki Trident. But we didn't want to go so personal. But ours was to say, we need good medical care So you'll analyze it. We've left it to you so that you can see what will be the remedy for this trident. There's another issue that came about the limits of chronic diseases. I think according to the SRC, they were giving the limits, and this one does not isolate or does not discriminate on any condition. So it is all the conditions. As long as you're within the limits that you've been given, if it is 1.5, then you should be treated within the confines of that limits that has been given by the SRC.
Let me reframe it for you.
Pardon?
Let me reframe it for you,
yes.
That other than being given drugs as a medic,
yes,
does the cover taking into consideration supplements?
So that is what I was to come.
Because the point of contention with Benta was that there was a thin line between the drugs that were given to support the strength of spine versus the supplements. So can you just be open that supplements are considered or not?
Thank you, Chairman. And in this case, Honorable Chepkonga was asking whether this one includes cosmetics or not. So that's why I wanted to clarify that when you talk about supplements, these are things like multivitamins. Multivitamins you take for the purposes of increasing your appetite. That is your own leisure. So that one does not include in the medical treatment. So when you talk about neurobiome or neurocare, this is a drug which quite often it can be used as a food, as a supplement, at the same time as a treatment. Okay. But in that case, Benda was going there
so it's
as
a compound drug.
Yes. Okay. So I think that is what we're supposed to check. Medication outside Uasin-Gishu County, I think it is supposed to be in the contract agreement between the county government and the Uasin-Gishu County. And the Trident Insurance. So it is assumed that we should also be provided facilities outside Uasin-Gishu, which will be able to cater for diseases when you are outside Uasin-Gishu County. So Secretary can add.
There was the issue of Aga Khan. Can it be direct? Can the Aga Khan in Nairobi do the same?
Actually, they say Aga Khan from here and from without. So you can go to Kisumu, you are treated with Aga Khan, Nairobi.
Okay, that's
yes.
enough.
Thank you. Also, a question has been asked about whether we have written letters to these excluded hospitals in inquiry of why they are not able to offer services to our workers. Yes and no. It's yes because we have isolated some hospitals like St. Luke and Eldoret Hospital only for the purpose of inquiring why. But MTRH and Top Hill, we have not. Secondly, nitamjibu mheshimiwa na pia nataka nimwelezee mheshimiwa kwamba pia mimi ni miongoni mwa wale ambao kwamba unawakilisha katika hii nyumba. Mimi ni mlemavu mwenzako na nashukuru kwa yale ambayo kwamba unatufanyia. Uliuliza kwamba kuna tender document na agreement. Hizo vitu mbili ni kwamba tender document inapatikana hata kwa mitandao, lakini agreement iko kati ya Trident na mwajiri wetu. So hiyo haiwezi wekwa wazi katika mtandao. Ndio sababu hatujawahi kuifikia, na kuifikia lazima tupewe, na hatujawahi pewa.
Mbali na kuitisha, hamujawahi pewa.
Hatujawahi pewa. So labda ni jukumu la hii nyumba na hii kamati kutumia sheria ambazo kwamba zilizo katika nyumba hii, mtaipata na mtaenda through muone.
Asante. Mheshimiwa, uko na jambo? Mheshimiwa Kerin.
Asante Mr. Mkwana kwa kunijibu, sababu nilikuwa najiuliza mmeshauliza amukupewa ama amujawahi. Na nimesikia ya kwamba mliuliza na amujapewa. Sasa hiyo ni jukumu letu.
Asante sana. Benton, do you still have? We are concluding.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, the honorable members. You've just asked whether we can be allowed to access as the hospitals apart from the ones we've been allowed to be attended to within Uasin Gishu. And it happens that through my discussions even with the HR, he managed to tell me that while in Nairobi we can access more hospitals compared to the ones we've been given in Uasin Gishu, like Mama Lucy, Aga Khan in Nairobi, Nairobi Hospital, and many more. While in Nairobi,
are they listed in this document?
They are not here. They are not in this document, but Trident operate.
It's a mere
in
conversation,
Nairobi. Yeah. So another thing I wanted to add on, through my testimonials, there is also a conversation I had with one of the directors of Real Hospital, who told me that the reason as to why they refused Trident is that they've not been able to pay them for 4 years, and because of that, they were paid when they refused to.
Do you have substance to that?
I can refer the union members to whoever they'll go.
Can you have written bills, pending bills from the department? If not, just rest it there because it's not a matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. We are not restricting you, but we rely mostly on facts, and we cannot allude. Thank you. Thank you so much. I want to say that I'm so grateful this evening, honorable members and our petitioners, our secretariat, for the immense input and patience towards the process. I want to ask that the petitioners within 7 days do list or submit the names of the people to appear in camera, because these proceedings will continue on Tuesday with other entities, so we need to hear them before then. So as quickly as you can, you do list with our clerk so that we receive. Also, we want to inform you that we shall deal with this matter with the urgency it requires and the depth of investigation that will take this house to give you a satisfactory answer to this. We will respond promptly. If needed on any other day, kindly submit yourself, because it is an inquiry into, so you might be called back to substantiate on other matters. So this is not the end. You can be required to submit documents. You can be required to appear for the matter. Said by the leader of majority is that also, if we have written submissions documented well, with can even have affidavits to confirm that you are the real person, you can submit to this house so that it can be acted upon. Can say Honorable Jepkonga, what is still pending, my brother?
Thank you, Chair. Because you have given Benta.
And the position you're taking, you are in.
You have given, and sorry, Honorable Chair. Because you have given Benta a lot of leeway into bringing issues, please allow me to bring one. Which
is it a matter to this petition?
Yes.
Kindly be brief.
Just allow me one.
Yes.
Because you've allowed Benta 3. It is alluded.
No order. We are not matching.
I just want to.
The orders of Honorable Benta. Benta is submitting as a petitioner.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. Let me say this. That some quarters told me that soon the union officers will cow out. You will be suppressed by the pressure.
Honorable member, that is.
I just want assurance.
You want to allude to this house. You are out of order, honorable member. You are found to be out of order, honorable member. Kindly, honorable member, switch on your microphone. Yeah, out of order, honorable member. You are inviting unsubstantiated acumen in the house, honorable member. Isaac, I'm concluding. Can you come clear? Yes.
Mr. Chairman.
And that remains the stone that is left undone.
Ni vizuri Mheshimiwa Chepkonga amesema vile amesema. Na wacha sisi pia tuseme ya kwamba tuko na hofu ndani ya mioyo zetu. Na ni kwa nini? mwaka wa 2017 na Mheshimiwa Mwea atashuhudia hii, tulileta petition katika county assembly yetu ya Uasin Gishu, na ilikuwa inahusika na waziri mmoja ambaye sitaji jina yake. Mheshimiwa Chairman, tulileta na tukaweka wazi, tukaleta mashahidi na yale yote ambayo alikuwa yanabidi. To our surprise, up to now, we've never been told the conclusion of that matter. And our worries are still fresh in our minds. We have come to this honorable house. Will it happen like that one of 2017? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honorable Isaac. And I want to say that, worry not. From the beginning of this petition, we really told you that even for your security, if you feel that you are insecure because of these matters, do report to the relevant authorities and also do inform this house. We have given you 60 days, and that is our framework that we are concluding these matters. This house has nobody to fear. Let me assure you that. Recently, you have completed petitions that you have submitted, including others for education, others, many to mention. We have acted on petition on land matters in this house, and they are coming to conclusions. We fear nobody. We are acting for the best interest of the people of Uasin Gishu. Thank you. Thank you. Having no other business, this meeting stands adjourned until Tuesday next week. We are asking the petitioners just to be guided and the members to remain behind for housekeeping.